It looks like we're joined. I'm seeing a loose off screen. Looks like a computer screen.
Perfect, perfect. All right. So overall, I did a great job adding a lot of content to the site. Love it. Are you writing these articles yourself?
No, I was a long time ago. I was doing it myself. Then hired a place for a while to do it. Then didn't. I even had several conversations with them about it, not kind of being real relevant or just kind of super generic. So they tried a few more times, and I just decided it wasn't worth it.
Mm, right. Yeah. A good writer is very hard to find. I spent quite a few years and looking for the best ones I could find because it's not only about someone really willing to dive in and learn all the intricacies of your industry, but also be able to do the proper keyword research to find that low hanging fruit so your article can actually rank in Google and you can drive that traffic to the blog and then eventually to your services. So yeah, and then being able to really write a quality article with those keywords in it and not sound spammy. Some people like to write for
Yep.
search engines, which isn't the way to go. Obviously, we need to let Google know what what keywords we're trying to target and which are highly relevant. And so I was kind of going through the article here, and so really the first thing I noticed was like the proper like the H tags aren't being used, which are really important to. Let's see if I can type here. Really place emphasis on the keywords that you want Google to come in and index. So like the H tag wasn't used. So a heading tag really kind of breaks up the page, but also you put the keywords that you really want to rank for in there, as it places a lot more emphasis on there as well. And then a lot of other things with blogging too is like interlinking those web pages, right? So like if so this one's window safety. So let's say if you mention the word, say home inspection, or something a little more in depth that kind of pertains to another blog post, linking that with like say a specific hypertext link over to that
Right.
article. So allow Google to kind of find all those pages, tell Google that, hey, this keyword linking over to here, what we call anchor text, is relevant to this blog post and is very important. So, but good job. And then, of course, at the end of each blog post, kind of driving them to your services. Looks like you've done here. You've got the call to action to call. So yeah, great work. Other than that, I mean, the site's just a little dated. I mean, it actually loads really
Well,
nice. You just have like some small CSS errors and things like that.
to give you a kind of a background on it, when I basically one man operation, kind of running on a budget, of course, like
Right.
everybody. And so I just had a lot of time being a home inspector starting out that didn't have a lot of business. So I actually created it myself. No experience in computer programming, designing, anything. Just went online, researched a bunch on what was a good theme to use at the time. It's actually called Headway, but they're actually not secured anymore, or they're not being. It was a father and son team, and the son is the brains, and he left to go to work for some other place. So the father's trying to run it, but they can't do updates. It's eventually not going to be supported uh, by whatever it's hosting on. I'm trying to think. WordPress.
Oh,
As WordPress keeps updating, they may not be going through matching code to make sure that the site works properly with the newer version.
yeah, yeah, that
So,
happens all
like
the
I told the
time.
lady on the phone, like I told the lady on the phone, I'm in the process of needing to know. I need to, for the last year, update the site. Hasn't crashed on me yet, but it's one of those things that I've been kind of playing with, whether I'm going to try to do it again myself, which I'm busier now, so I really don't have the time, or have somebody do it. But as I've kind of researched, most are more expensive than I want to go. And I'm also probably going to be in the business for about another 5, 6 years before I get out of it and retire.
Nice, nice. Well, it's good. Retirement's on the horizon. That's awesome. All
Yep.
right. Yeah, yeah.
So
No,
I'm
I
just needing something to get me through for a few years.
Gotcha. Yeah, I actually that happens all the time. A theme's created, and then what happens is that developer stops supporting it, and then
Yep.
vulnerabilities come out for it, and then your site's kind of wide open. It's just like crossing your fingers, hopefully it doesn't get hacked.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and in that case, I've seen many times where like a site gets hacked, and you get 10,000 spam pages injected into it and indexed in Google, and then Google eventually de-indexes them, and then you gotta fix it and then beg and plead Google to let you back in. So,
Right.
yeah, been down that road many times. But no, overall, it loads quick. So I wanted to really dive in, just bring you some value. So definitely the purpose of this consultation really is number one, just bring you a ton of value, an action item list that you can tackle, not to sell you on anything. Um,
To kind of be honest, because the site is going to be one of those things I'm going to kind of be redoing. I don't know how much you kind of want to spend time telling me stuff wrong about the site that I'm going to be switching on to something else anyway.
yeah, actually, I didn't.
I'll probably.
Go ahead.
I was going to say I'm going to probably keep the general content of it. I'm going to be getting rid of a couple of the pages that from Google Analytics really isn't anybody's going to anyway. So trying to really simplify the website.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I didn't spend too much time on design. That's not, that's not something it's definitely priority, but it's kind of one of those, one and done things. Either design is how you want it or it's not. And so, we've got a
Yeah.
great portfolio. I'll show you what we can do, but I focus more on I focus a lot on what's going to drive you ROI, 'cause, having a great looking website's one thing, but having a website that gets you rankings and gets you leads is more valuable, right? So,
And right now, most of my work comes from existing real estate agents I've worked with for a long time. So the people are just, coming to my website to check me out after the agent referred me, and then the other big portion is coming from from pretty much Yelp. They're my number one supplier of leads, and that's just from over the years of having good reviews, as you know.
Mhm.
And then the rest is just from real estate agents that I've been working with for a while, or just find me from. I did an inspection for their client that found me on Yelp, and now they want to use me.
Nice, excellent, man.
So driving a lot of traffic to my website does help in Google listing, but beyond, as far as actually getting people paying me, not as big. I turn away work right now.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so I put in some ideas in here to maybe streamline some stuff as well. I've worked with a number of home inspectors. I've helped them set up CRMs and online scheduling systems, and so really here is just a bunch of ideas, and take from it what you like, and let me know if there's anything
Okay.
that might be helpful. So I just like to bring you some ideas. So yeah, so to kind of dive in was Google has they've officially announced that they want to see SSL certificates on all websites. Basically, it just encrypts the data when people submit contact forms when you're logging in, helps protect your site. So they've come out and said that if basically two websites were 100% equal, the SSL certificate would be the tiebreaker, and that's with our hosting. If you went with ours, it would be no additional cost, but whoever, depending on the hosting that you're at right now, they might even offer a free one, or like GoDaddy I think charges like $69 a year, so that could be worth it for sure. It's a quick installation, probably 1 to 2 hours depending if you have any issues or not. So other than that, the service pages. So it looks like you had on the service pages basically all of your services on there, this is a great layout right here. You do like buckets or separate them out, but linking, basically making a dedicated page for each one of these can also help to kind of cast a much larger net in Google. And what I mean by that is basically Google ranks web pages, not necessarily websites. So if we can make an optimized web page specifically for buyer home inspections and expand on that content and keywords within that page, people have a chance of landing on that page if they're looking specifically for a buyer home inspection. Same with seller home inspections and things like that. So expanding on those could be very valuable. And so what I kind of put here was like a site map. So basically domain.com/services/ buyer's home inspection, and then create that dedicated page. So just an idea for content. Again, kind of capture more traffic from Google from that. And let's see here. So yeah, just the sub menu. So I won't dive into that since we're aware that it has some issues there. Other than that, I didn't see the Google Search Console. Now I said you did say something about Google Analytics and kind of simplifying. So you're not too interested in knowing kind of where your traffic's coming from and what your rankings are in Google?
No, to be honest, because I'm busy enough the way it is that it's never. When I was slower, I used to analyze stuff and play around, but the last few years I haven't even bothered with it because I'm just, like I said, I'm already getting a lot of traffic, or I'm already getting a lot of phone calls. So I know you're supposed to be thinking long term in the future. If things change, you want to be up there so you can get other leads. But I just don't want to create more work for or more people that I'm turning away.
Right. Have you? So yeah, I know you're retiring soon. Are you thinking about scaling the business at all, like hiring inspectors underneath you?
No. We may sell the business, but a one-man operation is very difficult to sell. Right. So I might get lucky and sell it, but for the most part, it's probably just going to dissolve.
Well, it sounds like if you've got a solid client base, I mean that's enough right there, because then you're talking, now you can prove a certain amount of revenue per month, and now there's formulas for actually calculating the sale, right? Yeah,
the big thing is just the online review and somebody taking over because of that reason. Mm-hmm. But the way the home inspection works, most people hire because of you. Mm-hmm. So I get all the time the phone call. It's like, are you the one that's going to be doing the inspection, or do you have a worker doing it? It's like, no, I'm the one. Okay, then yeah, I'll go ahead and use you.
Makes sense.
So it's a very individual person. It's kind of like having a guy just that everybody trusts, and then if you sell the business usually drops big in revenue just because people want that particular person. Anyway, too much inside information.
Makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, if I was getting a haircut or something, and then you sold me on a haircut, and then you give me someone else,
yep.
I feel a little bit, the bait and switch there. So yeah, online scheduling. I was thinking this could be something valuable for you. I set it up for a number of home inspectors. They love it because if they're in an attic and they get a call, they don't have to try to collect any information and try to capture that lead.
Yeah. Once again, not something I'm going to be setting up, and there's just personal work reasons why I prefer having them call me and me trying to arrange my schedule.
Okay. So I'm guessing a customer relationship management system is not something you'd be interested in, or do you currently maintain one, or like all your realtors and things like that?
I do have a list, and I once again used to send out little newsletters and things going on to all the agents and past clients, little things going on, tips, and then I just stopped because once again, just time wasn't there and really didn't see any value in it.
Okay. But how many inspections do you do per day right now?
Just right now, I'm doing 2 a day. Unless I've got to do something like a phone call here, then I just do one. I had this bigger house this morning, so if I do a really big house, I do one so I can type it up in the afternoon, and then normally do 2 a day if they're average size, and then one on Saturday.
Nice, man. Yeah, that's great. So are you using an actual, I know there's a ton of systems out there for home inspectors to kind of upload their reports and share it with their clients. Are you using anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No. I do have a software system that I can get into all that stuff in online scheduling, and that's all part of their software that I can just basically pay a yearly fee and get all that stuff managed. It automatically sends out letters, reminders, all this stuff. I don't do it just basically because of I've had some agents that don't like having to go online, logging in to get their report, constantly calling back what was my, I couldn't get access to it, or what was my password, or blah, blah, blah. So they like to be able to just get a PDF of it, and then they can cut and paste off the PDF to put onto their forms that they have to do for the real estate. instead of having an online document. Matter of fact, the online documents now, a lot of them allow you to download it, and that's what a lot of the agents do. They go online to get it, but then they download it so that way they can have a physical copy of it.
Okay. So yeah, it sounds like I guess a better question for me might be like, so what if I was the perfect digital agency for you? What would you want from me? Is just design, just help with design?
Yeah, basically that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I know I've got a real weak logo, and that was just something I created one morning when my wife told me I could go ahead and start my own inspection business, and just kind of kept with it. Always meant to update it. So logo may not be a bad deal if it's not expensive, and basically just simplifying the site and making it easier to request a quote, put it closer towards the front page or something, just so people that go on it see it right away and can click to throw a quote on. And that's pretty much about it.
Okay. Would you be against us kind of going through maybe some of your older blog posts and just optimizing those just to leverage what you already have?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've left them on, and I plan to, if I do a new site, they're going to be moved over onto the new site.
Okay.
Of course, but yeah, I keep one of those same with my Facebook page. It's like I need to put more stuff on there on a regular basis, but I just don't.
Right.
Part of it's been luxury of having a good life and being busy, and part of it's like, well, I know I really should be doing more blogs. I should be doing more stuff to the Facebook, social media stuff. I just don't.
Mm-hmm. Right. If you're at your max bandwidth, yeah, it is definitely hard to justify. I get that for sure. Yeah. So all right. So what I could do is put together basically a quote for you on logo and just basic website redesign. I'd be happy to walk you through some of our portfolio items. We've got quite a few contractors here in town, and yeah, go ahead.
I did go on to the website last night, onto your website, and looked at a couple of the contractor sites. The one I kind of thought is kind of something like what I'd like to do. It's something with painting, the paint shop or the paint something.
Oh yeah, the paint shop Inc. Yep.
It's just one of the ones you have on your...
See if I typed in the URL right. Gotcha. Let me grab it real quick.
So you probably have to go onto your website, and it's like the 5th or 6th one down on your list of websites that you've done.
Okay. Let me check it real quick. Oh, there it is.
You did the logo too. It's like a paintbrush logo.
Yep. Got it. Okay. Oh, there it is. I just put it in there. Oh, there it is. Gotcha. All right.
There you go.
Cool.
So just something real simple. Doesn't I don't need a lot of flashy color and stuff like that. Just stuff to get people's attention to it. But
okay. Awesome. Yep, that's us right there. So you put our signature on there, so you know it's us. Okay, yeah, great. So what I'll do then is I'll get you an estimate for a logo and website redesign, and then what I'll do is I'll put it in a line item too, so you can say, yeah, I don't want that, or whatever. And I'll also add the blog optimization. I figure you paid for that content. We might as well just go in there, have a skilled writer, if you agree, optimize it with the heading tags, some keywords, and maybe just smooth out the content a bit, if that works for you.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome, Kevin.
And yeah, just kind of like I said, looking for a nice, clean, mainly clean, simple. So when people go, they see the content. Big thing is a lot of home inspectors don't put pictures of themselves. I've seen and heard that works really good, make it more personal. So that's why the first page has a picture of me. So you want to make sure there's some little pictures and stuff, and I can always update stuff too. So
nice. Yeah, we can get you training. We actually the good thing about working with a big agency too is we actually purchase bulk licenses, so you're able to basically we would install as a $250 software that's a nice visual builder for WordPress, so you actually be able to go in there, just click on things and edit things really easy yourself from your browser. Like just as you'd be able to click on it and then change an image or text. So if you want that hands-on,
and do all of your websites require you guys hosting it then afterwards?
No, of course we always
Okay.
we prefer, but again, we're happy to lease it to you, and you do whatever you want with it. With our hosting, I can show you just some ideas. Like this is Arizona Pump Services here in town. Basically, we track keywords for them. I know you might not be 100% interested in this, but I'd like to get it to you. We handle the backup, so basically you get a report every month with how many backups we have, any basically uptime, if you had any downtime. So right here you can see 100% uptime the last 30 days, and we do report downtime if there are any at all. But generally I would say 99.96 uptime, so you won't experience any downtime. Keywords are always nice. I mean, it is nice, like if hey, I'm in position 3 for this well and pump service, let's just let's put a little more work into it, maybe make a page to that and capture some of that traffic. So if the market does soften up on you in the next 5 years for home inspection, say something does happen, you'd already be at the top, and you wouldn't be as affected as much, right?
Right,
also,
right.
security, what we'll do is we'll send you, actually, so we scan for vulnerabilities. We'll say, hey, in your case, if your theme had a vulnerability, we'd actually report that to you. So right here, malware. And so it's just really nice to get that once a month client report that everything's good to go. So, but again, that's optional, not required for us to help you with design on your website.
And you did say you lease the site, so is it your guys' site? And then if I decide I need to, want somebody else to manage or something like that, you guys keep the site and I got to redo a site again, or is it my site?
Oh no, maybe that was a bad reference. No, by release I just meant we're just gonna build it and then we just give it to you. We can build it on your server even if you'd like. So if you'd like to just give us access, say, hey, build it on my hosting, I can do that. We generally build on a development server and migrate over, but it's really right. your preference. I don't try to jam you into a box or anything. So.
And about how long is it going to take to hear back from you?
I could have you an estimate probably I'll have you one by tomorrow night.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, Kevin.
And if I come up with any other questions, best thing how to get a hold of you?
You can email or call me. I'll send you my information right after this with my my analysis that I made for you as well. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds cool.
Thanks, Kevin.
And yeah, and I don't know how you're going to break up the pages and whether you think it's worth keeping. If you think it's worth keeping, but like the only thing that I really need to just get rid of is where it has the use of the city information. That page from the Google Analytics hasn't really got much of anybody visiting it, so it's like not even probably worth doing.
It's probably a quick move over. I mean, it's valuable.
Yeah,
it is definitely valuable.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, with the page switch over, once we have our designs for our home page and then our kind of template designs for our internal pages, it's pretty easy to move that stuff over. And then of course blog, archive design, things like that. So like Richter, you'll see we'd like to make a really nice blog layout that's just more inviting and enticing for people to actually read. So
right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping, to get somebody that actually knows what they're doing.
right.
Besides a home inspector that tries to do it when he wasn't working.
Well, you got to start somewhere. So I mean, I definitely, I mean, for a first starter site, I mean, especially back in the day when you built it, I mean, it's good. So yeah, nothing wrong with it back then, for sure.
Okay. Well, I look forward to hearing what you got.
Cool, Kevin. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.